Y'all, McDonald's is not a daycare. I repeat, McDonald's is not a daycare. You gotta listen to this story and let me know your opinions and thoughts because people are having mixed emotions on it. So, a 24-year-old Georgia father was arrested for leaving his 3 young children unattended, and this was at a McDonald's for about 2 hours. The children were reportedly ages 10, 6, and 1 years old, and this was while the father walked to a job interview. Chris Lewis was reportedly arrested last week and he was charged with deprivation of a minor. However, according to reports, his arrest has sparked controversy. Some are thinking that there is no excuse for him to have left his kids in possible harm's way. However, others have sided with Chris for him attempting to do the best he could in order to provide for his family under difficult circumstances. So on March 22nd, police reportedly responded to the McDonald's on Washington Road. This was in Augusta, Georgia. The restaurant is said to have an indoor playground for children. A witness called police after they saw Chris leave the children alone, and he walked away from the McDonald's at around 4:30 p.m. It was said he left the kids, came back, and then left again. When first responders got to the scene of the restaurant, they located the children, and luckily they were okay. They were not harmed. Then they waited until about 6:18 p.m., and that's when Chris arrived back to the restaurant. When he was interviewed by authorities, he said that he and his children had walked from his close-by apartment to the restaurant. That was before his job interview. He said he didn't have a car and didn't want to make his children walk back home so that he could go to the interview, so he left them there at the playground unattended and then walked himself to the interview. Reportedly, the children's mom was called to pick them up, and Chris was arrested and booked into the Richmond County Jail. He has since been released from jail, though. It was said his story and the news of his arrest spread really quickly. It reportedly made its way to Antonio Brown, who is the former Pittsburgh Steelers star wide receiver. Antonio then decided to start a GoFundMe for Chris. On the GoFundMe, Antonio wrote that the story caught him by surprise and that Chris was just a dad trying to find a way to make money for his family. He said he knows that Chris shouldn't have left the kids, but that some people don't have means for babysitting. And then he said he has not spoken to Chris yet, but he hopes to do so soon. Now, as of Wednesday, April 2nd, the GoFundMe page, which is called Pursuit of Happiness, has raised more than $46,000. That's with donations from more than 1,400 people, and Antonio, the one who started the GoFundMe, he donated $1,000 himself. All right, so what do y'all think? Should he have been arrested? One of those children was just 1 year old. That is way too young to be staying alone, with the oldest being 10 years old. I'm proud of the father for looking for work, but you can't just leave your kids alone like that. There are way too many predators and kidnappers in our world today. Let me know your thoughts. Which side are you on? Let me know in the comments. For more content, make sure to follow, and if you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe.